latest episode of Jewkarta. My name is Michael White.
And I'm Kley Clements.
I am the Jew half of the Jewkarta equation.
And I'm the one who is from Jewkarta.
Hence the name
Jewkarta.
Yes.
Original.
In this episode, we are going to be reviewing the restaurant Jingle Bao, B-A-O, located in the West End of Vancouver, which happens to be my neighborhood.
Yeah, and just like 10 minutes walk from your place only.
So convenient, and yet despite that, I have been living in this neighborhood and in this particular apartment for a year and a half, and this is our first visit to Jingle Bao.
Well, it's because I'm the one who always explore new places.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyways, I'm particularly excited about this because if you can see, oh my goodness, isn't this just like wonderful, especially...
It is a very picturesque hall of food that we've got right here.
Absolutely. Well, especially this one, I picked this one. It's a must that we have to try because it's rainbow, he's gay, so it's only appropriate.
I don't think it's just me who's gay here.
Well, I'm not gay, my boyfriend is.
Wow. Anyway, yeah, and actually the rainbow thing we should point out.
Yeah.
So Jingle Bao opened almost exactly a year ago, according to my research.
Oh, you did some research, finally!
Yes.
Without me asking you to do so.
Yeah, so their soft opening was in November of 2019. It is now November of 2020 when we're filming this. And again, according to my research, the first restaurant in Vancouver offering Rainbow Bao, which is soup dumplings. And by rainbow, it comes in a rainbow of colors. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, well, from the menu itself, the menu is not a huge menu actually.
No.
It's very specific about what they are, trying to bring to the industry, which is, I think, always the case with restaurant with limited menus. Hopefully, this is going to be fantastic because I don't like the restaurant that has like a little bit of Chinese, a little bit of Indian, a little bit of here and there.
Yeah.
You know, they call it fusion, but for me, it's just confusion.
Snap.
No, I'm just telling you, like, it's true. Like, just pick one team, be good at it, be great at it, and, excel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It is a very focused menu, so hopefully that means the few things that they do very well. The menu is broken down, I believe, into 3 sections. There's the dumplings, there are some dim sum items, and there's noodles and rice dishes.
And also the sweets, which
That's
we didn't get this time.
We opted not to do desserts, but frankly, we have enough.
Okay, well...
We should both start with a rainbow dumpling. Now, how the various colors differentiate from one another, if at all, I'm not sure.
I think the feeling it's the same. So let's give it a try.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to pick one.
We're going to go for the orange. Orange is my favorite color.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. Wow, it's spicy too. It has spice in it. This is not the sauce, right? I have to try.
Mine wasn't spicy.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
Interesting.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm going to go for green this time. See what we've got going on here.
Okay. Well. Okay. I don't know where did I get that like hate from.
Sorry, viewers.
Yeah.
They are different from one another because the green one was different from the orange one.
Interesting. Okay. Well, not really get like a strong sense from one to the other, like stronger than the other. But I can tell like the first one definitely had a bite. And then the second one, it's a little bit less strong.
The green one was more sort of like herbaceous than the orange one.
Well, if you tried this before and you know like the different kind of flavor, please let us know
in the comments. Yes.
Yeah, that'll be great. We would love to know because I thought it would be like the same exact feeling. It's just, the novelty of rainbow colors, so they make it just like different colors, but the same filling.
This is not like M&M's or Smarties where it's just
Which
different colors but identical.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the second one is this one. This one, I'm not sure what it is.
Those are the crystal shrimp dumplings.
Oh, okay. Well, then we have to do
Which
it.
we should share.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it's a magenta color, and with some, I'm sure it's edible flowers or something.
Yep, that is exactly what those appear to be.
Yeah. Yee. Well, we should have eaten this when it's warm, but you're not gonna be able to see this if we did that.
But again, I mean, this is always the risk with takeout. What travels well and what doesn't. And we judge it accordingly, but still the flavors are excellent. Yeah. And as we are continuing to live in COVID times, and takeout and delivery are our focus, you know, we're judging them accordingly.
Well, of course, when you do that yourself, it's not gonna be a problem at all. It's going to be still warm and fresh because you're gonna eat it right away. Unlike us to take a photograph and blah 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 and talking too much. So that's the only reason why. But to be fair, of course, the flavor is definitely there. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how could we miss this place? Like, it was bright yellow, I think, from...
Well, the interior is. Yeah.
Not the, like the outdoor?
It's mostly white, but the signage is yellow.
Right.
I mean, it's a
huge...
good looking restaurant. And it's big.
It's a huge, what is it? Sign.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't miss it, but for some reason I felt like...
Only so many days in a year, only so many dollars in our pockets.
Well, not only that, not really, because my mindset when I go to Denman, usually I always go for ramen because there's no good ramen, say around Metrotown where I live. Yeah. It's really hard. So every time that I go to West End area, Denman, I always go for ramen. Yeah, that has been one of our go-tos. Yeah, that or sushi. But I'm glad that we're having this little adventure right now. It seems like we've been unfairly overlooking this place for far too long. Oh yes. I'm gonna have this one first because it says crispy, so hopefully it's not gonna be that crispy anymore. With this clean. Yeah. Another very colorful dish. Very pretty. Okay, this. And I mean this as a compliment. If you were drunk and you wanted a pig-out food that, thank you very much, that hit all of those notes. You have salty, crispy, creamy. There's a lot going on there. Well, I think among everything that we have here, for me, this is like the most westernized. With the mayo's, spicy mayo, and then, there's the flavor. It's so different than this two. This two is like very subtle, but like has a punch. But this one's like a lot. This is what a friend of mine refers to as slutty food, and means that as a compliment, in that it is doing everything within its power to try to appeal to all of your basest instincts. So you've got the crispy going on, you've got the creamy. It's spicy, but not overwhelmingly so. It's very colorful. It wants you to take it home and have your way with it. So we're going to move on to the barbecue pork rolls. 'Cause we're rolling, rolling, baby. Sorry. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, viewers. Mmm. Love it.
Mm.
The wrapping is a sort of roti-style flatbread. There used to be a Western-style Chinese restaurant in downtown Vancouver that I really, really loved called Next Noodle Bar. It's gone now. That's where Paramount is now.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
And they used to have something on their menu called the Imperial Duck Roll. And it was this exact kind of flatbread with pieces of duck, hoisin, and green onion.
Yes,
And,
yes.
oh, and avocado. And I loved it, and I missed the restaurant, if for no other reason than for that particular dish. And this is very similar, just with pork.
Now is the barbecue pork chow mein.
Mm.
You cannot go wrong with this, I'm
Yes.
sure. Yeah. So there's a fork right there.
Mm-hmm.
You want to serve yourself with that fork?
You go first.
Okay, ladies first.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Weak.
Chow mein is something that I have very nostalgic childhood associations with because when I was growing up, when Chinese food, at least where I was living, which was a relatively small city in southern Ontario near Toronto, the only Chinese food that you could get was the very sort of westernized Chinese food. So all the classic dishes
the sweet,
like the
sour pork, things like that.
sweet and sour pork, deep fried chicken balls.
Deep fried chicken balls?
Mm-hmm. Oh god, that's one of the big ones here. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's just.
So it's like a meatballs but deep fried?
No, it's usually just one piece of chicken. Usually get a lot more breading than you get chicken. In a breading and then deep fried, and it has a sort of sweet and sour pineapple sauce, generously ladled over it.
Interesting.
And it's one of those dishes that was created specifically for Western palates. But when you're 10 years old, it appeals to you massively because it's deep fried, it's got chicken in it, it's crispy, it's got a sweet neon orange sauce on it. So these were the sorts of things that my family and I would go to get. Oh, and also, of course, the really sticky little spare ribs. This is hitting, and again, I mean this as a compliment, this is hitting all of those childhood nostalgic buttons for the chow mein that I had, but it's better.
Because maybe the sauce, the spices are not overwhelming, because sometimes, you know, there's like some Chinese food that really overwhelming, like
this is a very
too sweet, too salty. This is perfect. It's not too
This is
sweet.
a very accessible dish. You could give this to, and again, I mean this as a compliment, you could give this to an 8-year-old and he or she would devour it. But that isn't to say that it's bland or it's too simple. It's just a really, really well-balanced, approachable dish of noodles. Loving it. I like everything we've had here. Yeah.
Okay, if you can probably like top to the least favorite of the dish tonight.
2 favorites.
No, 1 to 5, because we have like 5 dishes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, we're not saying that the last one is like the worst. No, it's like
so if you were going back again and you couldn't have all 5, and you had to rank them in order of preference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So showing the full extent of my westernization and my whiteness here. I loved this.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's just pulling out all the stops to make you love it, or at least to make somebody like me love it. The saltiness, the crispiness, the chewiness, the spiciness, the presentation, everything is there. Yeah, yeah. The beef rolls, or sorry, this is pork. The barbecue pork rolls. Really, really love that. I love the contrast of the saltiness of the pork and the sweetness of the roti. Yeah. Then the soup dumplings, for obvious reasons, although I would be very curious to try all 7 to see how they compare to one another. That's on the assumption that they're all different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's 7 for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Just pick out on all 7 of them, yeah. Then the chow mein, again, the childhood association is just so strong with this, but also just beautiful, really subtle balance of flavors. And then the shrimp, which I could potentially like more, but I think those need to be really hot.
Wow.
And they're not.
It has nothing to do with the dish.
It's nothing to do with the dish, it's just the fact that we got them on takeout and it's been a while since we brought them home. Okay. Yeah, but I'm impressed with everything. Well done, Jingle Bao. I will be back.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, Kley?
So for me, number 1 is the Magnificent 7.
Okay.
I think there's a surprise element to it, because I was expecting that would be, the same.
Right.
But everything is like, oh, this is different. Oh, that's different. And the presentation itself, just refreshing to see. The second one, I have to say the prawns.
Okay. Wow, we are really operating from opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because this feels home to me. Even though, of course, I don't have like a Chinese heritage in my family, but I also grew up with this. And the color, I don't mind the color at all. I think it's pretty and everything, but it's just the flavor just reminds me of home. So that's a sentimental reason. And the third one, this one, the chow mein. Of course, why?
No, I just find it hilarious that my top 2 are your bottom 2.
Well, it really shows, how we grew up. You know?
It's a lot to do with that.
Exactly.
A lot to do with that.
This one again, it reminds me of a street food in Jewkarta, which they usually use this.
Eating it, by the way.
they usually use the like the gas stove with a very flamingly gay. I mean, flamingly hot. Flamingly hot, and they hardly like wipe or wash the wok that they cook this with. So there's a lot you don't want to know what it's there, but
you don't need to know.
Yeah, but it's delicious. It has that smokiness that I love about. So this is number 3. Number 4, I have to agree with you. That's the one, because the complexity of the flavor is there. Different kind of textures is there. So it's really interesting, even the flavor wise. I was expecting less complex, because we're getting this classic Chinese dish. And the last one is this one. It's because you can get it anywhere. It's not specifically from this place. And yeah, it's just a new filling with barbecue pork. Again, I think it will be nice if it's still, it will be nicer if it's still crispy and like hot, with that kind of like flaky bread. I feel like, so that's it. But definitely this too is amazing. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
And I have to say, whatever is left over after tonight, which probably isn't going to be that much, but assuming that there's going to be a little bit, I think this will make us very happy tomorrow as well, which is what you want from takeout food. Is for the leftovers to be freaking delicious when you open the fridge in the morning and remember that you have them. and suddenly it becomes a nicer day.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I guess we have to finish off everything that we have here.
I'm going to continue eating for a while.
Oh, me too, of
Yeah.
course. But first of all, no, before we go, thank you very, very much for you who follow us on Instagram, who subscribe already to the channel, who, you know, enjoying looking at us for 15-20 minutes of your life.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
You have so many other entertainment options out there, and yet here you are. What's wrong with you?
Wow, that means a lot. Like, you know,
Yes.
we really appreciate it, and we love you guys so much.
Yes.
So, of course, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, comment, and like, share if you wish.
Yeah.
You know, that'll be fantastic. But other than
If you
that,
have criticisms, bring them on. We can take it, we think.
that's okay. We always love hear from you. Either it's negative or positive, but whether we're going to respond to negatives, well, it's our rights.
Yeah. And needless to say, we'll be back very soon with another episode, whether you want it or not. So
So stay tuned next week. Anything else that you want to add?
I just like to add that Kley is drinking mint tea with our meal tonight, and I'm having a gin cocktail. So draw whatever conclusions you would like from that as to how this relationship works.
Like you're an alcoholic and I'm not. Okay. Thank you so much.